effect? March 15. Alright, so starting Chrome 70, it'll be around September. Okay, so September. We don't need to worry too much about that then. At least not right now. It looks like our SSL certificates for our website are fine anyway, so we're actually good to go for our updates, so we don't need to worry about that for our online systems. We'll just be needing to watch out in case Twitch doesn't do its job. Okay, so we got data tables out of there. We need a tool for updating the stats and all that stuff. We also need some stuff in there for the email. Let me see if that's in operations, data, beta, update 5. Let's see, that looks like it was updated. Okay, bracket sec update 5. Where do you send the new leaderboards? We share your pay in a legendary match. A winning streak, they'll evaporate when the game ends. When player matches, we score goals. Alright, so we've got access to anyone's stats. I don't know, after all that Facebook stuff, having a line item of you can access other people's data is something people want to use. Alright, so our email though. So it looks like Adam already did the beta interest email. I'm going to go ahead and actually send it to our stuff here so I can take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's not going to work because I need to sync our ops tools. So let's get our operation tools. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait for this for a little bit. Okay, so we want a tool where we can actually update our online systems. So you go to tools. Do we have a game tool? Yeah, we've got mission deployment tool, game data deployment. We're going to want another one here, which is going to be WD stats season update tool. Alright, so we've updated our ops tools, and I need to sync those tools down now. Alright, so this is in user intervals. Basically what we need to do is interval name, and that's going to be WD interval seasonal. Let's see. Can I even spell? Alright, so we're going to need to load up the config. Shut it down at the end. Now attempting to create context in for env. Okay, so we synced those operations. Let's go ahead and send the update 5 email to myself and Adam. Let's see what it looks like. Alright, it says player stats accumulated. I use strike features. Alright, full list is on the dev blog. Where I can sync update 5. Alright. Good. So that appears to have worked properly. So we need the database that we're actually going to snag. Let me see if I've got that in the configs. So we got services, game data, missions, products, databases. Yeah, we do have the stats databases. What actually calls the database and does things? Okay, I need to update these stats. So we've got stats. And we're going to want, I guess it's services stats. All right, services stats, and then we want the database. And what is it called? It's called local stats DB and the rest. Test stats DB and prod stats DB. Very good. Okay, so I need to fetch the database name, so that's going to be c.getString, and that's going to be services.stats.plus So that'll be the DB name. End needs to be like that, yeah. Okay, so what does this deployment tool need to do? So this tool updates the current season. So what does it need to do? Okay, so we need to load the database for the interval name. We're going to update the end time of the latest interval of that name. Create a new season of the... Alright, let's see. If the current active interval is the current interval name, do nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab these guys. So what's our query? So it's going to be get where interval name is question mark and order by start time, descending limit 1. So get from user intervals prepared. Alright, so interval name is going to have to be interval name. And that's it. We only have one thing there. Alright, so let's see. Let's test this out. Where interval name equals seasonal. Order by start time, descending, limit 1. Yeah, so it definitely got it. Alright, so what we're going to do is interval fetch.get first. Alright, so if current does not equal null, current I guess interval name then basically we're finished. I guess we should just go ahead and throw an exception. The active interval is already set to it's not the interval name we're checking, it's the interval context. Okay, so if cur does not equal null equal that, otherwise we are going to want to set its end time to now. And let's set that in the database. Alright, so we'll go ahead and update that guy. And then we need a new interval. Alright, so new interval, I guess interval ID is going to be this new one. Interval context is going to be equal to context. Interval name is going to be interval name. We'll have it start 1 millisecond after the other one, and the end time is going to be 0L. So let's go ahead and insert that. All right, so success new interval of context created for interval name with start time of okay, so that will update our season stuff, so we'll be able to say like activate season 5 or whatever the hell. Cool. So let's register this with our main. What do I call this? So that'll be our stats season updater. Let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. New interval of update 5 created for seasonal with start time. Okay, well that was local. Let me go look at the test environment. So seasonal update 5, we already have a seasonal update 5. Aha, there was no space in it. So let's run this again. I was like, why did it make it? So let's see. The active interval is already set to seasonal update 5. Very good. So let's make a script, which we'll call this guy. So we need operations, scripts. Let's make a new one called stats. Alright, this will be update season. One thing with Perforce that you never want to forget is that it adds shell scripts as text files, which is bad, so you need to go set them to binary. Otherwise the line endings will get fucked up when you sync them down. How do we get the first thing in there? Is it like... It's in and then context. Let's see, how do I pass? Yeah, it's just $1, 2, and 3, which is good. So, env and context. And we've got our config path, which is already set. Stat season updater's done. So let's go make the job for it. So this will be the new item based off of I guess based off of bus web caches. Alright, so update stat season. Let's copy from bus web caches. Alright, so operations, scripts, stats. update season.shell. We need two. This build is parameterized. We want a choice. Name is inv. So it's going to be test or prod. And we need another parameter, which is going to be a string parameter. I guess we should just make this a choice. So this will be context, update 5, update 6. Alright, cool. So I think I've got everything there. So that's my tool. Let's go make sure it works. So let's check in all this stuff. Alright, so I need to sync the configs in tools. I need to also build the Java tools. This will take a little bit. My executors are all kind of busy right now because I got the build machine crunching away on an actual C++ build they'll be able to test, so it's a little bit messed up. Alright, so we've updated the configs in that environment, and we'll now build the Java tools. So I'll be right back. Alright, well I just gotta wait on this build to finish then. Right now it's mirroring a whole bunch of crap, so... well, let's see how long this is actually going to take. Oh, it's doing a cook right now. Yeah. It's going to blow the hell out of that server. I want to use the hard drive. No, I want to use the hard drive. Fuck. Well, I guess the other thing I can do is put together the patch notes. This is our dev blog. Yeah, okay. So what day is that? It's going to be the 7th? Is that what we got on the... Yeah, 4/7. Let's see. Leaderboards, we got a user profile. User profile, we got user history. Alright, so let's get a detailed list of stuff that we can go on. So let me think. Usually what I do is I go through the history for Perforce. And I also go through my sprint stuff. Let's go take a look at those Project 2 scheduling tech. What did I do last week? Not a whole hell of a lot that's actually user-facing. Let's see, we have a 3D ball. Improved UI. Live screens. We got anti-aliasing now. Let's see. Beta interest 60 FPS server. When did we add that? Damn, alright. 60 FPS server. Let's see, we have a new panel here. What is this? It's just updated news. I think that's pretty much it. There's just a lot of work into... What are these icons? Static screen assets, stats. Those are just icons. All right, that's fine. Player profile. All right. Yeah, so we really don't have much going on here for this stuff. So I guess that's good enough. Let's make sure that it is there. And the Java tools is finished. Wait, we got a error with the build? Did I really break the build? Why did Oh man, I blew up the tools. That is our first failure in 3 days. Okay. No, actually, that's over a month. First failure in a month is just because I built the tools at the same time and it overwrote a file. Alright, so we need to sync our operational tools. Yeah, one thing I got at GDC was this new water bottle. It's a pretty awesome water bottle because it's got, like, you know, that vacuum chamber. And the first night I had this, I filled it up with water and then put it in the fridge in the hotel. And I was like, all right, water will be cold in the morning. The water was still fucking room temperature 8 hours later. And then I wasn't mad. I was impressed. I was like, all right, I don't really know what I expected to happen with something that's supposed to maintain its temperature and you put it in the fridge to make it colder. It's like, well, yeah, it's gonna try its best to maintain its temperature. Alright, so we have sunk our operational tools. So let's sync our build tools again. And I'm going to call update season stats. New interval update created for seasonal with start time of blah. New interval of update. On the test, yeah, it's just update. It's not update 5, it's just fucking update. Alright, so obviously I need to fix that. Now attempting to create season 5 and seasonal. Okay, cool. It looks like it's there. So let's boot up our editor against a test environment and see if we see the absolute hideousness of we'll have like update 5 and then update 5 with a space in the name and then just update and then update 5 with our intervals, which is kind of stupid and funny at the same time. But it's a good test. And then there was a season called update. And so there's update 5, update 5. Yeah. Nice. Alright, well that tool is finished. When is our update after this one? It's supposed to be 428. Alright, well I need to make sure to remember to update that. Let's see what it says for the date then. This should be 3/28, shouldn't it? Because April is the third month. Date and time with programming is just stupid. And what is the next update going to be? Next update is going to be missions in 23 days. How crazy is that? We're going to have like actual missions, which will be awesome. So that's updated there. The next thing we need to update is the news page here. Alright, well, let's update the news page on the site first. Game blog. And this is going to be 4/3/2018. Our latest update official stats and global leaderboards. Climb your way to the top. And then I need this update 5 link to be in there. Excellent. So that's there, and we need to then actually update this crap in S3, and then do our invalidates. Alright, now let's do our invalidate. Well, it'll eventually get out there. Update 5 is on the way. Very good. So, let's do some print planning. Okay, so for this, the rest of the week, it's probably going to be fixing some of these bugs. And perhaps the CPU assist for goals might be something I can put together. But these guys will be what I really need to work on. So it'll probably be, hopefully I can get a hardware mouse cursor proxy from your Xbox controller. If I can get that working, I'll be pretty damned happy. Alright, so that's sprint planning done. It's easy, I already had it done. So mark off that checkbox. So is it the back and forth stuff, infinite victory music, join in progress, game options, and clock wrong? I've seen that happen. And then another one would be hardware proxy for control for mouse, as opposed to in-game mouse thing. In UI mouse cursor. See if I can do that. Okay. So I think I'm done for today. I got everything done that I wanted. And that is the leaderboard's completely finished. So I'm going to shut everything down. Thanks for sticking around. And that's pretty much for update 5. That's me done. There are bug fixes and stuff that I can do, but that's it. Everything is good to go for the update. And I think Adam also has everything good to go for the update as well. So this will probably be the first update in a while that we're getting out the door at exactly when we thought we would. So, all right. Thanks for sticking around and have a good night.